Student Government Association debates continue. What topics were covered in the presidential debate?
It's Black History Month, how University Libraries is celebrating women in Muncie history.
Biden gives his remarks on the Ukraine border tensions.
And Newslink Indiana's Vinny Martirano will have live updates on the men's basketball game.
And I'm tracking windy conditions as well as a pretty wet Thursday. All that and more in my full forecast.
Delaware County's only live television newscast from Ball State University's Unified Media Newsroom. You're watching Newslink Indiana.
Good evening. Thanks for being with us. I'm Catherine Segal.
And I'm Avery Johnson.
Today was the second day for the SGA election season.
And even though there is one ticket again this year, the presidential candidate may look familiar. Tina Nguyen is running for a second term.
Now, some may see this election as an easy win for Rise, but the student body will still vote. Newslink Indiana's Anna Chalker was at the debate.
Yeah, guys, and even though there is no magic number for a vote, a majority vote is what's needed for a ticket to win. The student body can vote for the candidates or for a no confidence vote. And if a no confidence majority occurs, a runoff starts with a re-election with another debate. New nominations would also be accepted for a runoff. Now, with Win and Rise, their goal is to help the student body learn more about SGA and what it means for students.
A lot of these students have experience with organizations. A lot of times they're very fearful to join these organizations because of them never having that opportunity before during a COVID year to go in person. So just be carefully assimilating those students within the regular student body is very important for our ticket.
Rise is also working on how to improve different projects started by Strive last term and making sure to create a relationship with the resident halls and students living in the dorms.
So next year we want to implement semester check-ins within the hall councils, not only to check in on the residents themselves, but the RAs, because I know my time as serving as an RA, I didn't really feel helped out. I felt a lot of pressure as an RA, supporting 40 students at a time without support from myself. Therefore, we do really want to not only check in with the residents semesterly, but check in with the RAs.
The next debate will be this Thursday at Pruis Hall at 7 p.m. where the vice presidential and presidential candidate will meet for one final time. And you can watch that live right here on the Newslink Indiana Facebook page.
Thank you, Anna. Indiana lawmakers are looking to block the Hoosier Lottery from starting online games or ticket sales without permission.
State lottery officials have been in discussion ever since 2019 over the possibility of joining other states in selling lottery tickets and offering other games online. Today, the Senate's Tax Committee added provisions to a bill that would require the legislature's approval before the State Lottery Commission could begin online games or ticket sales.
The move comes after reports of Hoosier Lottery staff meetings with legislative leaders to update them on possible contract changes with the company that oversees the lottery's sale and marketing operations.
With Black History Month in full swing, University Libraries and Delaware County Historical Society is ensuring that all students are seen with a panel titled Celebrating African American Women of Muncie History.
This 90-minute discussion features some of the most prominent women in Delaware County and what they did to make local history.
So this month we're doing Black History Month, and we're focusing on different women who have contributed to the community in some way in history.
This event is one of many that the notable women of Muncie and Delaware County put on for the community at least once a month. This month, they put their focus on Black History Month, recognizing African American women who have given it their all for Muncie. From Lucille Saunders, who began Wayside Mission, a homeless shelter for girls and women, to Josephine Pearson, who founded the first African American suffrage club in Delaware County, speakers at this event anticipate great conversation about the individuals who helped contribute to the rich history of Muncie.
These women were working so hard. They, all of them had jobs and they had families. They're working with their church. They're doing multiple things, and it's just an inspiration. Like for me, I just feel like I could be doing more.
Their stories are being told with the intention of bringing recognition to these women and their efforts. In Muncie, Olivia Sloniker, Newslink, Indiana.
The panel is set to take place at 7 p.m. on February 22nd. Students and members of the community can register for this event online by searching bsu.edu/events and selecting February 22nd on the calendar.
Muncie's Civic Theater is putting on a new show starting this Thursday. Newsies is a musical set during the New York City newsboy strike of 1899. The show features fun musical numbers while also telling the story of a determined Jack Kelly. Muncie Civic Theater was founded in 1931 and is located in one of the oldest theaters in the country. The building's rich history is still preserved today, but the only way to tell is to step inside. They are celebrating their 90th season. While the performers are able to express themselves on stage, the theater is helping actor Hunter Greenleaf feel empowered in other ways.
It's been good for me, like, as a pre-transition trans woman to, like, take on the role of a woman who's, like, so confident and comfortable in her womanhood.
To get your tickets, you can visit munciecivic.org. And with the sun shining, I was noticing that the snow is starting to melt, and I'm kind of excited about that.
I know, such a quick turnaround from what we experienced last week with the cold. Oliver, what's it looking like for future weather?
Well, we are still seeing those cold temperatures stick around, but due to some wind advisory conditions coming in tomorrow, we should be seeing warm temperatures. As we can see right now, 40 degrees in Muncie, 39 degrees in Indianapolis, almost 60 degrees in St. Louis. But those lows tonight, we've already hit them with a 36 degrees in Muncie. Again, the warm weather coming up from the south. And as we can see in my full forecast, I will be talking about the wind advisory that will be in effect tomorrow, as well as some heavy rain chances coming in on Thursday with some flooding possible.
Thank you, Oliver. President Joe Biden speaking today as the world anxiously watches the developing situation on Ukraine's border. Mixed signals from Russian government have kept both fears of an invasion and hopes of diplomatic solution alive. As the Eastern European nation has amassed more than 130,000 troops near Ukraine's border in recent weeks, according to U.S. estimates. Signs of a potential start to de-escalation with Russia, announcing some of its troops will return to base after completing recent drills. The U.S. and its allies are working to confirm those claims. In the meantime, President Biden sending a message to the nation.
The world will not forget that Russia chose needless death and destruction. Let there be no doubt. If Russia commits this breach by invading Ukraine, responsible nations around the world will not hesitate to respond.
Dr. Robert Califf has been voted to serve as Commissioner of Food and Drug Administration for the second time. He won confirmation in the Senate to a narrow 50-46 vote that was not along party lines. 6 Republicans voted for him, while Democrats voted against. A key opposing voice belonged to Democratic Senator Joe Manchin, who said Califf is too tied to the pharmaceutical industry to head the FDA. Senate approved him with an 89-4 vote during former President Barack Obama's final year in office.
9 families of victims of the Sandy Hook Elementary School mass shooting reached a $73 million settlement in their wrongful death lawsuit against Remington and its insurers. The firearms company made the Bushmaster AR-15 style rifle used in the 2012 shooting that killed 20 kids and 6 adults in Newtown, Connecticut. A 2005 federal law protects many gun makers from wrongful death lawsuits brought by family members, but attorneys for the Sandy Hook families pushed a different approach by trying to hold the company partly responsible because of its marketing strategy. And a jury has found the New York Times is not liable in Sarah Palin's defamation lawsuit. The jury of 9 had deliberated since Friday afternoon. They were not aware that during deliberations Monday, the federal judge ruled Palin's attorneys did not prove actual malice, and he would have set aside their verdict had they found the Times liable. The jury did not find the Times liable in Tuesday's decision, so its verdict will stand. Yesterday, the judge ruled the law sets a very high standard for actual malice, and he found that standard had not been met. Booster rates at an all-time low, what's causing the small percentage?
And one major park lifting their mask mandate. Next.
Riding the bus is an easy thing to do. Last year, we carried 60,000 riders from the Ball State area. 50,000 of those were students. Anywhere you want to go, Mitts will take you there.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that! That's disgusting! Oh, poop already! You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
The pace of new COVID-19 booster shots now at an all-time low. The newest booster data comes as many mask mandates are being lifted, and the CDC hasn't changed its guidance when it comes to COVID restrictions. As of Monday, about 64% of Americans are fully vaccinated with at least their initial 2-dose series, and 28% have received a booster shot. The CDC expanded its recommendation for booster doses in November to include all adults. And babies whose mothers were vaccinated against the coronavirus have a reduced risk of being hospitalized with the disease. That's according to a new study published today by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. The study found infants are protected for the first 6 months of their lives. Researchers say pregnant women who got vaccinated later on in their pregnancies have a 80% chance of protecting their babies. That chance reduces to 32% if they got it early on. The study monitored children who were hospitalized with COVID and other sicknesses at pediatric hospitals between July and mid-January of this year.
Fully vaccinated guests visiting Disney World in Florida will not be required to wear a mask indoors. The company's website says starting Thursday, visitors are not required to wear face coverings while inside any of the resort locations, but all guests ages 2 and up have to wear them when on enclosed transportation vehicles, including Disney buses, monorails, and Skyliner. Unvaccinated guests still have to wear masks. Virgin Galactic says it is ready to start offering the general public an out-of-this-world experience. Starting tomorrow, the space travel company says people can try to reserve a spot for its next trip to space. The total cost for reservation is $450,000. An initial deposit of $150,000 holds your spot. Virgin Galactic says those who take the trip will experience an hour-and-a-half-long journey from Earth to space and back, and see what the planet looks like from outside of it. 1,000 people are slated to be on board of the initial flight later this year. To make a reservation, you can apply at virgingalactic.com.
Elon Musk made a major contribution to charity last year. According to the Securities and Exchange Commission, the CEO of Tesla donated nearly $6 billion worth of his company shares. This gift was made sometime in late November, but the recipient or recipients were not named. Musk is now the second largest contributor in 2021 behind former couple Bill and Melinda Gates. Musk is the richest man in the world, and he was challenged by the UN World Food Program to help end world hunger.
Now with the weather warming up, we can only hope that it sticks around. Oliver will have more on that.
Yeah, as we can see, there is going to be a wind advisory in effect at 7 a.m. tomorrow. I'll have all that and more in my full forecast.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think it's just vapor with flavor.
It won't hurt my kid like cigarettes, right?
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
My kid?
My kid
knows it's dangerous.
Get your head out of the cloud.
Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Emotes say a lot, but they can't say it all. Think your guildmate is struggling? Try these dialogue options. Go beyond emotes. Check in with your guildmates at seizetheawkward.org.
Every day,
Millions of people are connecting
and even though we're overcoming obstacles,
watching each other's backs,
and banding together.
we should still make an effort.
We should still make an effort
to get to know each other.
on a deeper level. Father,
Cosplayer,
mentor.
actor.
It's time we take a step forward
It's time we take a step forward.
Come together
and discover
How accepting our differences
can make us stronger.
Welcome back. It's a new report. The new report projects the U.S. sea level will rise as much as the next 30 years as it did in the past 100.
The interagency report was led by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. It shows how scientists are increasingly confident the U.S. coast will see another 10 to 12 inches of sea level rise by 2050. The implications of the forecast are enormous. Scientists say the rise will lead to a significant increase in the frequency of coastal flooding, even on sunny days. Every inch of sea level rise also amplifies hurricane storm surge, coastal erosion, and wetland loss. Those are impacts which U.S. coasts are already well familiar with. The report says sea level rise projections are essentially locked in through 2050. And we're hoping that those warm weather stays, maybe rain. Oliver, what can you tell us?
Yeah, well, that warm weather should be sticking around, but first we do have a wind advisory in effect for the area starting at 7 a.m. tomorrow all the way to 7 p.m. on Wednesday. As we can see, that is in effect for the southern counties. But those wind gusts, we should be seeing consistent winds from the south at 25 miles per hour, reaching up to about 45 miles per hour as we go throughout the day on Wednesday. Now that is southern air bringing up some moisture, so we will be seeing also a flood watch for the area from 7 p.m. Wednesday to 7 p.m. on Thursday. Now, as we can see, that is central Indiana all the way up to northern Ohio. We will probably be seeing flooding due to melting snow as well as frozen ground, so that ground will not be able to absorb as much water as usual, which possibly does mean flooding. Remember, if you are driving on a flooding road, do not drown, turn around. But that scattered showers should be starting on Wednesday afternoon. The brunt of these storms should be coming on Thursday, as we can see with the precision cast, the yellows and oranges sticking to the south of our viewing area, sticking around the early morning, with that mixed precipitation coming through the area in the early afternoon. But we are finishing off with a little bit of snow as well as some clear skies going in to Friday morning. Now looking at that rain accumulation, we are seeing in between 1.5 to 2 inches. Again, that is because of the ground being still very frozen due to the colder temperatures. But we are going to be seeing a little bit of a warm up. As we can see, mostly clear conditions tonight, 37 degrees as our low, with winds coming from the southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour, with gusts at 35 miles per hour. And those gusts stick around with constant winds coming from the south-southwest at 25 degrees, but at 5 p.m. a high of tomorrow at 55 degrees. That should be keeping us nice and warm as we go into tomorrow night. Those winds sticking around 25 degrees with gusts at 35 degrees, with a low of 52, with that rain coming in on Thursday night. Now looking at our 7-day forecast, we can see a 90% chance of showers on Thursday, but an increase in temperatures as we go throughout the week. A little bit of a dip on Friday and Saturday, but some sun going into Monday with a high of 60 degrees for our week.
Thank you so much, Oliver. I'm really looking forward to the warmer weather, especially with how cold it's been.
Not excited about the rain, though.
Yes, not happy about that, but excited to get rid of the snow.
Now over to Vinny with sports.
Here's your sandwich, miss.
Oh, thank you.
And your burger.
Awesome, thank you.
And your bowl of boiling water, sir.
After retiring from the NFL, I've been able to spend a lot more time coaching my daughter's basketball teams. It's something I love to do. Through our games and our tournaments, we see all types of coaching, good and bad. And it begs the question, do we really know who's coaching our kids? Do they have the proper training and screening it would take for me to be comfortable with my daughters playing for that coach? Our Youth Basketball Association made the decision to use trusted coaches to screen and train all of our coaches. I'm a trusted coach. Are you?
So if one cat has 4 kittens who reproduce every 6 months, how many cats will there be in 5 years? Who's got it? Is this... What is that? Seriously? Who threw that?
Cats are terrible at math, but they sure do multiply. Please spay, neuter, and adopt.
The solution is 10.
Welcome back to Newslink, Indiana. My name is Daniel Keene with your sports headlines. Ball State men's volleyball took to the hardwood tonight against Illinois University. Not only that, but the Dean's Shootout took place at halftime. Our own Vinny Materano is live at Worthen Arena to give us the scoop on what went down. Vinny, what do you got for us?
Thanks, Daniel. Ball State just wrapping up an exciting game here at Worthen Arena. As you can see, final score 64-58 against the NIU Huskies. It was a great game throughout. Both teams trading the lead back and forth. A lot of hype, a lot of momentum, and a lot of energetic fans and players in attendance here today. Going into halftime, this one was extremely close, which led for an even better halftime show, the Dean's Shootout. It is the 6th shootout starting from 2014. Last year, we couldn't get it due to COVID. Now it is back. Teachers College was the reigning champions coming into today, but it looks like there is a new title holder for the Dean's Shootout. That's going to be the College of Architecture and Planning. Professor David Ferguson and student Nathan Blee take it home in an exciting event. A student and professor linking up on the court, shooting as many free throws and making as many as a duo as they possibly can. And it looks like College of Architecture and Planning come out with the gold today. An exciting day here at Worthen Arena, jam-packed with a lot of action. Back to you, Dan, at the wall.
Thank you so much, Vinny. What a great event to watch, and on Faculty and Staff Appreciation Night as well. Ball State men's basketball will have a few days of rest before returning to action Saturday in Bowling Green, Ohio, when they take on the Falcons. Over to gymnastics, with Ball State taking on Bowling Green Sunday at Worthen Arena. While dealing with a few injuries, the Cardinals were still able to pick up 3 wins in the dual meet. Junior Taylor Waldo competing in the all-around event for the first time in her career, finishing second on the squad with a 38.050. Competing in first in vault and bars performances of her career with a high score of 9.852 to win the beam event for Ball State Cardinals. Other Cardinals stepping up included senior Sandra Elsadek tying a pair of events for the Cardinals with a career best 9.825 on bars and 9.800 on floor. In the strong performance, Ball State earns the top scores of bars, beam, and floor, but the team suffered a 193.125 to 191.725 loss to the visiting Falcons. Ball State takes on Eastern Michigan in their next matchup, which is also senior day for the Cardinals. Closing it out on the courts, Ball State women's basketball is taking on Mid-American Conference opponent Buffalo tomorrow night for the second time this year as the MAC tournament draws closer. This will be the Cardinals and the Bulls' 34th overall meeting in program history, with Ball State leading the series 19-14 and winning 4 of the last 5 matchups. The Cardinals narrowly escaping their first matchup between the two this season with a 72-70 victory in Buffalo, New York. Ball State's true freshman Allie Becky leading the Cardinal charge that game with a team-high 21 points. The Cardinals enter the match ranking 9th in three-point scores per game among Division I teams this season with over 9 threes a game. Becky and the Cardinals will look to take care of business as the Bulls travel to Worthen Arena for a 6:30 tip-off tomorrow night. I'll be honest with you guys, other than working for the Daily News and Newslink, I haven't made it to too many sporting events as a fan. What about you guys?
I haven't either. I love football season, but I'm looking forward to maybe seeing some in the spring.
Recently, I just went to a volleyball game, but yeah, it was great.
I will say men's volleyball is very exciting to watch and very exciting to report on, but it's a men's basketball game that I really got to get to. I heard their halftime performances are awesome.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you so much, Daniel.
After the break, we'll take a look at our anchor picks.
And we have one more checkout at weather.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Never gonna let you go. Never gonna let you.
Hi.
Can you help me?
I got it.
Thank you.
No problem.
Just like the rules to surviving Zombieland, there are steps you can take to be prepared for an emergency.
It's the right thing to do.
Talk with your family to make a plan. Look for safe areas to meet up if separated. And stock up on supplies. It's never too early to get prepared, so start now.
Right now?
Right now. You can't predict emergencies, but you can be ready.
You're welcome, America.
Visit ready.gov today to learn more.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago, in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back. Olympic gymnast Simone Biles is adding to her hardware, but this time, instead of a medal around her neck, it's a ring on her finger. NFL player Jonathan Owens proposed on Valentine's Day, and she said yes. Biles shared pictures on social media Tuesday of Owens on one knee. The gold medalist and the Houston Texans football player started dating right before the pandemic. Owens told Texas Monthly last year the shutdown allowed them to really get to know each other and create a strong bond. And I love Simone Biles, so this was great news for me.
I know, I'm so happy for her, and what a great time to be proposed to on Valentine's Day.
Exactly.
That's so perfect. Now we're gonna take one final look at weather.
Yeah, as we can see, those weathers sticking around 50 degrees with a high on Monday at 60 degrees. Those lows sticking around the lower 25s into the 40s on Monday.
That's all tonight for Newslink Indiana. Be sure to join us again tomorrow night at 9, streaming live on the Newslink Indiana Facebook page.
And for news anytime, anywhere, go to ballstatedaily.com. Have a great night.